Warning: the show you are about to hear contains muscular, intelligent, and intelligible sexy men discussing B-movies, and will contain movie spoilers. Only one of the previous statements is actually true. You decide.
So light that fuse and let it burn. There's no escape, there's no return. Exploding heads and synthwave licks. We're deep in cult classic kicks. Low budget dreams that never quit. Every frame a misfit hit. This is the B-Movie Blitzkrieg Podcast. This is Duncan The Baz. The B-Movie Blitzkrieg Podcast.
Welcome back to the B-Movie Blitzkrieg Podcast, the only show where the swords are fake, the stakes are high, and nobody ever skips Arm Day. That's right, we're working out, Baz, getting those guns in shape. I'm your host, Duncan McLeish, animal empath, gym-free gladiator, and part-time podcaster. In this week's muscle-oiled odyssey through the VHS wastelands, we are skipping into something a little more leather-strapped and sandblasted as we unlock the gates of ancient prophecy and beefcake cinema with the Beastmaster from 1982. The Beastmaster might be the porn parody. A film that asks the age-old question, what if Tarzan, but vibes? It's a movie that crosses Dr. Dolittle and Conan the Barbarian with maximum 1980s madness. A movie where the ferrets are freedom fighters, Tanya Roberts communes with animals via intense eye contact, never break the eye contact, and Marc Singer spends 90% of the movie shirtless, glistening like a freshly waxed barbarian action figure. There are witches with armpit bats, a villain that looks like Skeletor's tax accountant, and a battle that feels like an episode of He-Man if directed by David Lynch. Fear not, brave listeners, for I do not stride into this loincloth-laced lunacy alone. Nay, at my side is a man forged in the neon fires of malfunctioning arcade cabinets, raised by the VHS warlocks, and once banished from a cineworld for summoning a spectral panther during a screening of Krull. He's got the wisdom of 1,000 wizards, had at one time the hair of a glam metal bassist, and the raw sexual power of a synthwave thunderstorm. He is the man, the myth, the legend, the Baz.
Good night, mein Führer. Time to storm the Maginot Line. Unleash the Nebelwerfer!
We're getting to a certain point where even my German is being pushed here, but I'm like that. I understood a word.
I'm really running out of Nazi stuff to cram into these intros, man.
Does the household budget stretch for a Duolingo membership for you to be picking up German? We'll find out.
From memory, by the way, I believe a Nebelwerfer is it's a multi-barreled cannon used by the Germans, I think, in the First World War. So
trust the Germans to name like a war machine after something that also sounds like nipple clamps. Like you know what I mean? Kind of. I'll have the size 3 pasty Nebelwerfers, please, just to clip them on. Tassels not included. Can I buy the tassels? Beastmaster, was it even on your radar?
Yes, but no,
right.
I'd never seen it. I was aware that it was a kind of sword and sorcery type thing, and I'd obviously seen pictures because He-Man kept coming into my head, and that's clearly to do with the boy's haircut because it is very Adam of Eternia. So, yeah, I was aware of Beastmaster, but I'd certainly never seen it.
Yeah, this is one of these ones that I didn't see until I got much more into Don Coscarelli's body of work, and that was much later on. So this was not a kind of late 80s, early 90s Duncan just wants a VHS, like when we're at the local mom and pop like VHS stuff. Like, it wasn't that at all. Even when I worked in the video store that I did for a couple of years, I can't remember Beastmaster even being on VHS in that shop. So this was like a illegal stream. Much later on, by the time I was trying to round out my knowledge of Coscarelli's work. So it's a fucking weird one. We're gonna get into it on this show, but to do that, we need a full synopsis to round out where we're going in the review. And to get to that segment, we've got to take a break, ladies and gents. So when we come back, we'll be discussing the plot. We'll be doing it right after this. And welcome back to a segment I've called Destiny, Daggers, and Dubious Dialogue. Baz, you watched The Beastmaster for the first time. I am curious to find out how you would explain to someone who's never seen this movie before the plot of said movie. The floor is yours.
I would explain it something like this, Duncan. A royal baby gets stolen by 3 witches with rocking hot bodies. Real kind of don't need to look at the mantelpiece when you're poking the fire type situation with them bitches.
I knew you were going to say that. I hate myself for the fact I knew you were going to say that.
They're under the command of the crippled guy from Dodgeball.
Rip Torn is in this movie, which is fucking bizarre. Are you sucking a cock-flavoured lollipop?
What's his name in that movie again?
I cannot remember. He's so good in it.
It's a brilliant name as well.
That
Houlihan!
Yeah, that's that, and he's also, he had a great run. Him as the father and Freddie Got Fingered. As Tom Green's dad is just man.
Anyway, back to the Beastmaster. The baby gets rescued by a peasant and grows up as a normal dude in a wee village, except for some reason he can fucking talk to animals. Later on, his village gets raided and they kill every cunt, including his dog. He swears revenge and sets off on his quest, quickly gathering a ragtag group of various disease-ridden animals, including an eagle, 2 ferrets, and a tiger that some cunt spray-painted black. His quest for revenge gets quickly cast aside in pursuit of some red hot ginger gash, to be quite frank. which thankfully the paths cross again later on, and he's able to revenge his murdered family as well as scoring that tasty trim. My last line here I thought was really clever, but you totally fucked it in the arse earlier on, because I've written here, imagine Conan the Barbarian meets He-Man with a saucy little dash of Dr. Dolittle.
I mean, that works. I may have said it, but I didn't also use the word gash. What the fuck? What year is it? Is it 2001? 2001 called, and what's his gash word back? Jesus Christ. Oh, man. We're ready for that.
Go. So that's what happens in the Beastmaster.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens in the Beastmaster, and I'm going to tell you right now, Baz did not embellish anything. That is literally the plot. You know what this movie has a lot of? Just Singer just staring off very slowly and contemplatively into the distance.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that.
I couldn't figure out where I knew him from, but I think it was V.
Yes, he's in V.
He was in the original series of V.
The original and best. I was borderline fucking obsessed with V as a child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I loved it.
I actually quite liked the remake as well.
I think I watched an episode and I was like, I don't know. I like V is one of those early memories. See the alien birth in the first season of V, like genuinely, as a kid, fucked my brain for like a month. I was just like,
the famous hamster eating scene as well.
Yeah, the effects in it for the time, and that was on TV, is just fucking mind blowing to think about now. But that's not what we're talking about. I wish we were talking about V. We're not. We're talking about the Beastmaster, and to do that, we're going to break down the top 5 rad, sad, and bad moments in the movie right after this. And welcome back, ladies and gents, to a segment I've called Swords and What the Fuckery. I knew you'd like that. I knew you'd fucking like that.
That's quite good. That one I like. That one I like.
Give me time. Like, maybe I can come up with something I can live with. This is us breaking down the top 5
That's the
Rats.
same argument as the fucking monkeys in the tree with the typewriter and Shakespeare and Fairness Duncan. Do you know what I mean?
And where do you think I get my notes from? We're going to break down the top 5 Rats had and bad moments from this movie. There's a lot in this movie which does straight. You mentioned a few. I've mentioned a few. We're going to get into a few of them right now. I am going to mention the Panther question, like Panther and like that. Like you can tell that Peter was not involved with making this movie,
No.
because there's a lot of dubious things done to animals, including, which I would imagine back then with dye and paint, probably lethal levels of chemicals applied to this animal to dye it black when. You know what? Just change the script. Maybe it's not a panther. Maybe it's some other sort of cat-like creature that won't kill you when you turn your back on it.
Yeah.
How about that?
I mean, it's clearly a tiger.
Yes.
It's very obviously a tiger.
Yes.
That's been badly painted.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm going to put that under bad and sad because I feel sorry for the animal, and bad because why? What have you got, Baz?
Human to bovine fetal infant transfer syndrome. That's a weird way to nick a baby, isn't it?
I love the idea that the logic behind this is the transfer for it to be born from a cow means that the baby can just speak to all animals. Like cows are like a universal translator.
Is that how he got his powers? Because
I'm assuming so because he's born of an animal. I can only assume. But like I said before, like a cow only has one word and that's moo. Right, and like this is not Hawaii. You know what I mean? It's not Hawaii. It's like moo doesn't have like 40 translations. It's literally moo. So, I don't understand it. It's ill. You know, it is like it's in my bad list because it is not fucking explained at all. It's just like you can talk to animals.
You know how, like, the Eskimos have got like 100 words for snow.
Yeah.
Cows have got 40 words for grass. No, they don't, mate. They've only got one. Moo.
Moo. That's literally all it is. I'm going to fling in a sad one here. I genuinely would have paid to be a fly on the wall when the ferret sacrifices itself by gnawing the branch.
Do you mean the bit at the end where the
Oh no, like ferrets die all over this movie. Like I mean when like Kodo falls into when he
falls into the quicksand, but he gets rescued from the quicksand.
Yes, but the ferret bites the tree. The branch falls down. He climbs on the branch.
No, he saves
and then the ferret falls off into the quicksand.
Beastmaster lifts him out with the scruff of his neck. He dies when he falls into the flames at the end.
He falls into the sorry. You are right, Baz.
But the ferret didn't want to live. Let's be honest. They just wanted to fucking die.
Are you trying to say that in a weird linkage to our conversation on the previous episode? This was some sort of kamikaze ferret. Yes. Did you cry when the ferret died?
Yeah.
You're a lying bastard.
Yeah, I didn't at all. Do you know what made me sad in this film, Duncan?
Oh no.
What made me sad in this film was the fact that we've moved away from the format that we had on Teapots.
You're saying this in every single episode.
Oh yes,
every single episode.
It's coming. Let me get it out. Where I could exercise my nickname-making skills to their fullest, and had I been allowed to do that in the format of this show, I would have named our female lead Ginger Midge. Now, to explain,
please do.
Duncan, in Scotland,
yes,
what is colloquial slang for a redhead?
What, like a ginger?
Ginger.
I'm not going to say the word on here because I don't want to get blocked.
Right, ginger minge.
Yes, but like that a minge is a word that's very difficult to translate to anyone that isn't from Scotland.
Well, it's the lady garden, the vagine.
The lady garden. Jesus fucking, where are we? What's happening here? Am I being punked?
Shut up! So, anyway, in Scotland, a derogatory name for a redhead is a ginger minge.
Yes.
But I then found out that the woman playing the redhead lead actually played midge the mother of Donna in that 70s show.
I see what you did.
Ginger Midge. See what I did there? It's
Yeah,
funnier
originally-
when I don't have to explain it for 3 minutes. Another sad thing.
Also, the villagers do not fucking help in this movie, and there's a lot of them. You know what I mean? Like, pick up a pitchfork, pick up a like something.
Throw a stone!
They do fuck all, ungrateful bastards.
Well, what else is sad is, as I mentioned earlier on, when this village gets raided when he's young, they even kill his dog.
Yes.
And there's a scene where he carries the dead dog. That is a really realistic-looking dead dog.
At this stage,
I'm
knowing
quite
what
worried they killed that dog. You know what I mean? I still think they killed that woman in Cannibal Holocaust.
I think
that
I think knowing what we know about what they did to the tiger, it would not surprise me. I've got one more.
Mean to kill the dog, but I'm fairly sure it was fucking dead.
I'm going to go on with one other thing here, and this is 2 weeks in a row, like 2 episodes in a row here, where we have a female love interest character who literally has zero character development. This is our entire story in this is she's introduced having a bath, she's captured, she has a bath again, and then somewhere in the movie she falls in love with Dar because he stared at her, and then she's sad, and then that's really it.
I personally feel the film is way too fucking long.
It's 100% too long.
It's not far off 2 hours.
I think Conan is not far off 2 hours, and I think that's basically what they were trying to copy here.
Right.
And that's the problem. In Conan, there's a lot of stuff that goes on that makes that movie fly by. And in this movie, there's a lot that doesn't happen, which makes this movie drag.
Yeah, absolutely. There's far too much just staring at an eagle.
This movie is like literally, it's the sword and sandals version of Django from the Django movies, who carries his coffin from town to town. Yeah. This movie literally carries an anchor from town to town, slowing down the plot in the movie. It's very long. We're going to get into more criticism. Trust me, there's plenty here. But we need to jump into our next segment, which, believe it or not, is going to be very, very, very short because ain't a whole lot of fun in the lines in this movie. We're going to be coming right back to do that right after this. And welcome back to a segment that I've called By the Power of Cringe Skull. This is quotes that... I was going to say quotes. This might be quote. This is the most ridiculous lines in this movie. I'm going to put the caveat out here. The script is so boring that both me and Baz have spoken off air about, can we salvage anything from this? Baz, I know you have at least one. If it's different from the 3 I've got written, I will pick one as well, and then we are boosting to the plot holes, of which there's more. So go for it.
So I've kind of get two. The first one though is not really a fun line. The first one's just a comment on the names in this film.
Yeah.
Just utter monosyllabic shite. Dar, Emer, Jung. My hearing's not the greatest. I had to turn the volume right up at the start of this film. Like, what are they talking about?
Are they coughing?
Exactly. It's all like weird fantasy names, but they're all like 3 letters long. You know, fuck off. Anyway, one kind of, it's not really funny. It's just weird. There's a bit where they save a guy's baby.
Yep.
And the father, when they get the baby back to the dad, the guy recounts the kind of sad tale of what befell their city and that. And after this harrowing tale, Dad's like that. What about the girl? He's just chasing that ginger. I'm trying to think I love this movie. Chasing that ginger tail. He's and I've just written here fucking horn dog.
He is totally horned up all the way. Well, wouldn't you like be honest? If you like, I don't lift weights. I imagine anyone that lifts weights is purely doing it not because they want to lift weights, it's because they think they're they're going to get sex. I can only
They
imagine.
want to lift skirt, Duncan's what they want.
Right, I've got two here. Neither one is funny, and both of them are
good.
awkward. The first one here is there's a line in this movie which literally is the Beastmaster is coming, not in the way that you think he's coming, Baz, but just the Beastmaster is coming, and it's said in the most monosyllabic way you can think of, but it's also clearly like meant for the trailer. Like it's purely in there for like, oh, they mentioned the movie. It's literally it, right? The second one is almost every bad guy in this movie says he will die like the others. Is it almost as if this was a copy and paste in the script? And it's a line that doesn't really, it doesn't, it's two steps away, honestly, from being like, you'll never get away with this, or I would have got away with this if it hadn't been for you and these meddling kids and your dog, Ragu. It's literal like that. It's the script for this movie is fucking awful, and I'm saying this as someone who, with Baz, has done Chopping Mall, where the movie script was fucking awful.
It's awful's not the right word to use. It's boring.
It's bland.
The script is just boring.
It's as exciting. It has as much personality as Singer's performance in the role.
Yeah.
It's just devoid of any charisma. Arnold Schwarzenegger is Conan the Barbarian, who can't even, like, his accent is so thick in that movie, but you're like, look at him, and he's, like, entertaining, and there's something about him, and you watch this, and there's nothing. There's nothing behind the eyes. His eyes are black like a doll's eyes, Baz, like a doll's eyes. Right, we're gonna jump into like plot holes. This is gonna have more. Hopefully, we're gonna be right back to do it right after this. And welcome back, ladies and gents, to a segment that I've called the Portal of Plotlessness. We're going to discuss some of the worst plot holes in this movie, of which, to be honest, it is so boring I couldn't spend the time really doing the deep dives into everyone's motivations. So let's see how we get on with this one. Baz, what you got for me in terms of plot holes?
So the first one's not really a plot hole. It's just really bad filmmaking. There's a bit where the wee ferrets steal a bunch of keys. And they're running off with the keys, and then next time you see them, they've not got the keys. And then the next time you see them, they've got the keys again.
Yeah.
And the next day, they've not got have they got pockets or something? Yeah. Or have they got a rucksack that they've put them in? It just annoyed me.
There is a part of me that wants updated Celine Dion music video for Gypsies, Tramps and Thieves where it's just all ferrets. You know what I mean? I just want it. Give me it. Can we have it? Can AI do that? If I type that in a chat GDP, will it give me it? Because if it can, I will be eternally happy. I'm going to, like, my one here, and once again, I don't know what else you've got, but it is literally Dar as a character. His, like, origin, his existence is just, it doesn't make sense, right? So he's stolen from his mother, birthed into a cow, raised into a village, but technically son of a king, even though he's born of a cow. So I don't know if that's a weird bestiality thing, but maybe made by magic, and that's who can speak to animals, or maybe it's because he was birthed from a cow. And no one in the script, no one writing the story or the script, feels the need to be like that. Maybe we should clarify this.
When he first meets his little ferret pickpocket sidekicks, right?
Yeah. And
they steal his wee leather skirt. Why does he shout, "Come back here" at them? Why doesn't he go,
or just look at them for a while?
Do you know what I mean? Likewise, end of the movie, when the horde are attacking the city, why doesn't he just tell their horses to fuck off?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Fuck. And they don't like that. Why are we going the wrong way?
The amount of like characters on horseback here, when you literally have a character that could be like that, buck them. You know what I mean? And yes. We're gonna have to score this. It's going to be painful, but we're going to do it right after this. And welcome back to a segment that I've called the Barbarian Barometer, where we're going to score this movie out of 5. Baz, how low can you go?
Pretty low.
Oh dear.
I'm toiling, but I'm going to give it like 1.5. I was toiling with a 1. I feel that's harsh on it. It's just quite a boring film. It's not really my thing. Sword and sorcery stuff is not really my bag at the best of times. Particularly that kind of 80s kind of barbarian-y type stuff. It was way too long. And it wasn't... There was very little to laugh at in this film. And what I've got now, we're 8, 10 films deep or whatever we are into this now. The reason I enjoy the ones that I enjoy is because you laugh at them. They're daft, they're mental, they're funny, they're endearing. This film has none of that. It's just a bit shite, aye. 1.5.
This is going to be back-to-back episodes where me and you land on exactly the same grade. I gave this a 1.5 out of 5. Yeah, like, I'd seen it before. I came back to it. This is dropped for me. A lot of the entertainment value is just not there. It blows my mind that, like, 3 years before this, Coscarelli made Phantasm, which I genuinely think is one of the most innovative horror movies of its time. I think it's incredible, and then he would follow up with this. Kind of just doesn't make sense to me.
There was elements in this. We did Phantasm on our other show.
We did indeed,
the whole franchise. 1 year. I was not a fan.
You don't love it as much as me. I adore Phantasm.
Even the first one, I couldn't really take. And it was interesting. You mentioned earlier on there that Coscarelli, like, was it dream logic horror?
That's literally what he's not like. Like, Phantasm to me is one of the best examples of just how dreams work and how they're scary and like a movie.
And that to me, I found that very off-putting when I watched Phantasm, and I could see elements of it in this, particularly, like, you know, the bodies on the pikes leading into the city, and that it was, and these kind of barren, wastelandy type things that Coscarelli's got an absolute fucking hard on for. And so it had that Coscarelli flavour to it, which you like. I don't. So that didn't help me at all in this kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
It didn't save it for me either, man. It really, really didn't. A slog. And I think at this stage, one of the lowest scoring movies we've done thus far.
Yeah.
So, this final segment I've called Fade to Ferret. Thus, Baz, our journey has ended through The Beastmaster, a film that has taught us so many valuable lessons. Never trust a witch with an udder, always keep your ferrets handy, and shirtless revenge is the best revenge. A huge thanks, as always, to the Baz for his telepathic stare, suspiciously dyed tiger, and his willingness to emotionally process that ferret funeral in real time. Truly the hero we didn't deserve. We do this all for you, dear listeners, and because no one has developed a cure for chronic sword and sorcery syndrome. If you made it through the flaming death pits and still have a brain cell that is not corrupted by a melted welly boot face witch, see, it's coming full circle to the comments, Baz. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you forge your fantasy-fueled nonsense. Leave us a review or a vial of panther sweat, whichever is easier to collect in this economy. Next time on the B-Movie Blitzkrieg, we are switching swords for slime as we dive headfirst, cannot wait for this, into Brain Damage from 1988, the film that features parasitic brain monsters, psychedelic freakouts, and a talking alien slug with the voice of a jazz DJ. It's gross, it's gooey, it's exactly the sort of thing your parents warned about when they said, do not rent anything from the weird horror shelf. Until then, stay groovy, stay grindhouse, and remember, here at the B-Movie Blitzkrieg, the bizarre meets the brilliant, one B-movie at a time. Baz, say goodbye to the listeners, please.
Guten Abend, mein Freunds. I'm off for a quick shot of toilet schnapps and to peruse my extensive collection of Sven Hassel novels in search of some more Nazi quips that I can throw into these fucking outros that I wish I'd never started.
Blitzkrieg!
Blitzkrieg!